Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm very excited to be here today to share with you something about esports and digital marketing. So with the rise of social media and also mobile device and other consumer electronics, business have more opportunity than ever to reach out to their audience. But with so many different channels and platforms, things could get difficult. So sometimes it's very difficult for you to think of where you can start with. And that's why here I'm today to share with you some insights and industry best practice about how to leverage esports tournaments to help on digital marketing. So a little bit background. So I'm Jeffrey Howe. I'm representing Nexten Esports. We are a Hong Kong-based startup focusing on broadcast technology and event productions. So we have actively participated in local esports since the past few years, and we also help a bit on overseas broadcasting. So, and for myself, I'm a gaming geek since I was 6, playing Diablo, CNC, and also later on Warcraft. All these games have changed my life. And in around 2000s, I even think of trying to be a gaming professional, to compete in WCG. A bit of you maybe never heard of it now, but actually it's a very popular esports event back in around 2000s. So I'm trying to train myself and representing Hong Kong, but eventually I failed. And also the esports industry is not very mature at that time. So anyway, now and later on I joined the IT industry. So I spent around 10 years on different kind of IT solution, business consulting, cloud-based solution, and of course digital marketing as well. So I come up with an idea because in the IT industry we always heard of so many kind of service. We have infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. It's like everything you can be a service. So and then I think of an idea. Okay, so why don't we try to make esports tournament as a service? Probably this can draw more engagement than any kind of event. So then later on, I didn't just start my esports career right in front. So I start with being an esports columnist since 2019, focusing on all different kinds of business trends and esports opportunity. Besides gaming, we always say there are more besides gaming we can achieve using the esport, but what exactly they are. So that's something I try to study of and share my insights on the columns. And so, so basically that leads to our topic today. So how we can use tournament as a service to leverage on digital marketing. So before we dive into the detail, let me give you a little bit background. Marketing used to be very simple. The good old days is that we can basically what you're trying to do is convince people to spend money on something they don't need, or to spend extra money on something that they do need. Okay, so that's a little bit exaggerated, but you got a point. So, and how you can achieve that? So there are 3 components you need. The first thing is the message that you want to communicate with your potential customer or audience, whether it's a company goal or a description on how good your product is, what kind of value they're going to bring to your customer, or a company vision, a philosophy, or create values and bonding between you and your customer, and how you're going to achieve that. So you need this. We'll go to the second component, the carrier. So you can use movie star, rock star, celebrity, KOL, politician. There are so many things. There are so many names you can name it, but actually they are the same thing. Something or someone that can draw attention, and through their attention you can send out your message to just about anyone. These 2 components have barely changed in the last 50 years. But then on the third component, it undergoes some dramatical change recently. It's the channel. So the social media joins the battle. So before the social media era, marketing used to be very simple. We only have radio or TV or print ads. So you can just have one single script and you can reuse it everywhere. But now on social media, so we can see that over 57% of Gen Z, they discovered a new product through social media. Like the people are not watching television or media, newspaper, like the behavior just changed. So as a marketer, what you have to think of is where you're going to spend your budget. So and what are the top social media platforms? So we can see Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. This research is done in 2022, so I suspect TikTok should raise a little bit more even. So it's kind of hard for you to, as a marketer, to think of how you can distribute your message, like which platform I should spend on. And also digital social media not just brings in multiple channel, they also enable a two-way communication. What we mean by two-way communication, your audience can express their feelings, and not always good. That's the key problem. Sometimes you want to send a message, but actually the audience, they may have a different opinion with you. So it's kind of difficult for the marketer to think of what should be their strategy. So ultimately, the audience gets so fragmented, and as the audience go fragment, so as the carrier. So that's why we try to divide the influencer into different tier. We have a nano, micro, macro, mega, different kinds of influencer based on their followers or subscriber. So this, then I think we don't have to go into the detail of the number, but you got the idea how there are just different kinds, different tier of influencer you can leverage when you are doing marketing events. And of course, different tier, they could charge you different price. So you may think that the mega influencer, they should be the most effective one, right? Like the 80-20 rules, the top 20 sales, the top 80% sales, maybe they will come from the top 20 channel. But interestingly, you can find that in the pie chart besides. Actually, the most successful influencer are not the mega one. It's the medium to high tier, the macro and the micro influencer. Why is this happening? It's exactly because the audience, their attention are drawn into different channels. So in order to win this attention economy, what you have to do is deliver the right content. So that's where the esports tournaments can help with. So first of all, why esports tournament? Of course, it's very popular among the Gen Z. And although it undergoes some severe market adjustment in the North American region, here in APAC, I could say, I can notice still there's a very strong year-to-year growth. We can even see some of the NA region group investor, they're moving their headquarters or their team from the NA region to the APAC region. So I will say that this is a good sign for here. So what's so special about esports tournament? So the first thing, the high engagement and stickiness. Actually, this is basically the same as all kinds of sports event. So with the focusing on the younger generation, that's why we have the esports. They all share the same characteristic. The people enjoy the game, they will play with it, they play with their friends, they even get their friends to play along with them. So this is something by nature is very effective when you can use it to do marketing. And also a high penetration to specific group. What exactly I'm trying to express here is that just by showing the ads, sometimes people are not going to pay attention on it. Like think about when you're watching the YouTube video and then there's coming a 5-second YouTube commercial, you're just basically holding your mouse waiting to skip it. So delivering the right content is very important, and doing that inside the esports tournament, this is something that you can leverage on to help deliver the right message. And also cost effective. This could be a major difference between esports and traditional sports. So think about the setup cost, the license fee, the broadcast fee. Basically, esport tournament, you can do it most likely in a few computers, a few cameras, and usually the venue, you don't, depends on the audience size, but usually you don't have to make it a super mega big venue, which we are very experienced of that. We are hosting a lot of medium to small scale tournaments in Hong Kong. So I can see this is a very great benefit, especially when I mentioned that as a marketer, you don't want to spend all your marketing budget in just one or two single few mega influencer. You want to spread them out. So that's how you can spend your money effectively. And also the last point about let audience do the work, spreading. So with the both core factors, we can create a closed loop from getting attention, creating values, and bonding with and motivate your audience, and then you can share that they're motivated to share the content, like just capturing a few clips about an amazing play or some amazing moment. Maybe it's about a tournament, or maybe it's about themselves. They're reacting to the tournament, so they can also make this kind of content. And actually, these contents are very attractive too. So another research done by TikTok. So this is a very recent report, just 2023 July. So the key message here is the gaming audience, they don't just want to passively consume content. They want to engage, they want to like capture some critical moment and share with their friends, or maybe even do their own editing. So of course, these we can leverage the social media platform to do that, but ultimately you need to have a tournament to just hold things up. So how to success? Like we have already talked about what are the benefits and why it's so important about using esports tournament for marketing tools, and how can we success? So the first thing is aim for a deep but not wide relationship with your audience. Like as I already mentioned, like just simply playing a video ads in between the commercial break, that's an old-fashioned way to do commercials. That's basically just giving a message for the audience, okay, it's time to go to the toilet, or just pick up your phones, texting your friends. Nobody's going to watch those traditional commercial ads. So the content you build should be something related to the gamer, to the game, to the content, to the medium that you are using. I'm going to give you some example later. And basically that leads to the second point. Create ads that your audience do not want to skip. It may sound difficult, but actually it's pretty easy. So just wait for an example. And also leverage the long tail effect. Is just another reminder for never just spend all your money in one or two mega influencer or more than two primary event. That's not the right way to do it. Like things have changed all over the years. So here I'm going to give you some examples. The first one is about DHL. So I think everyone heard about it. Maybe some of you have used their service before. They are one of the leading logistic company worldwide. They have basically they ship and send everything all around the world. So it may sound interesting that how can a logistic company get engaged with esports tournament? From what angle? So they have a very smart move. They choose a very interesting game to do that. So they choose Dota 2. And why? Because in Dota 2, there is a courier which helps you deliver items from your base to the player control character. This is how they align their company core value, their core business with the game. They try to search for some essential component in the game that can align with their core business. So they even make up a fictional character. They name it UV bots, which can help you to deliver item on time, very safe, and they even make up a slogan: "Moments that delivers." So this is how they draw the attention from the gamers. These on the left hand side, you can see there are different episodes on some short clips. Basically, you can think they are some YouTube ads, but they will be playing in between the esports tournaments. And the interesting part is that they the fans don't consider them as some commercial. They actually go to the YouTube and search for the video and watch it themselves. Why? Because they are fun. And they are fun in a way that because they know what the gamers, what the fans loves. So yeah, they try to, and also actually these videos, they don't require super mega budget. It's basically there are some low cost cosplay. They are pretending to be a James Bond and some other kind of cosplay with the in-game character, and they just hire the esports talents to help them to do it. So no movie star, no any superstar, but they can achieve a very good engagement. Another example I would like to share is a very recent one. So for HSBC, they are the sponsor for the Hong Kong Asia Game broadcasting sponsor. Like they don't exactly sponsor the whole event, but they just focusing on the Cantonese broadcast. So you may think that Cantonese is only used in Hong Kong or maybe a few Southeast Asia region, but actually in the whole Guangdong province, a lot of people they learn, they can speak Cantonese as well. And in Bilibili, that's one of the leading video platform in China. A lot of people are reacting to the Cantonese broadcast. Like some of them may never heard of HSBC before. Like maybe that's a bit exaggerated, but like you got a point. They are just running the marketing campaign in Hong Kong, but actually it can help them spread into even China. And also another interesting example is for KFC. So they have a partnership with LPL, that's the League of Legends League in China. So what they're doing is, again, they're not just playing video ads about how juicy their chicken are. They try to create a fictional character, a kernel KI that can help you predict the result of the games, whether they're winning or losing, or is there any strategy they can come up to come back the game. This kind of high immersive engagement create a very high stickiness, and also it end up result in a very successful marketing campaign. All their EQ point redeem rate is like 80 to 90%, which far beyond other traditional kinds of online marketing. And last but not least, actually I would say this is the most important example that I want to share today. Mercedes-Benz. So you may think, okay, driving Mercedes-Benz, like how can it get connected with esports? It's like, or you may even wonder, the people are playing games, are they affordable for Mercedes-Benz? So originally what they're doing is just simply playing one of their recent commercial aids, and they send a wrong message. So remember, when I say you want to leverage the esports tournament as a marketing tool, make sure you are sending the right message. So you can see what message they are sending in the commercial aid. Respect your elders, get a real job, work hard, grow up. So I think this is probably the last thing you want to say to an esport or any kind of video games player. You're basically saying they don't have a real job, they are not working hard, they are being childish, they should grow up. So of course, these days when they play in between the esports tournament, it backfires. And there's so many negative comments to Mercedes-Benz, that people are just hating them, expressing their feeling on the social media. But the marketing team of Mercedes-Benz, they did a really good job. What they did is, in 72 hours, they released a new version of the aid, basically using the same message, but they twist the content a little bit. So what's the meaning of getting a real job? Be a professional gamer, not just playing in your basement, in your house, but play in a professional team, use a professional gear. And what's mean by work hard? Like as a professional gamer, you travel all over the place to do a competition. Was grow up being a champion. So actually this is a photo of the champion holding the ESL championship trophy. So, and also spend time with your family. Basically what it's saying is to spend time with your friends, watching tournament together. So they very successfully transformed the whole commercial theme, like from a very traditional, I would say like Asian parents' point of view, like the kids, they should not play video games. Playing video games is not a real job. You should get a real job, something. They transform it in just by using the same video clips. They just twist some of the components, and it's very effective. Like suddenly everyone is saying that, okay, so Mercedes-Benz knows about esports. They knows what the fans want. So I hope these examples can help everyone get some idea about how to use esports tournament as a tools to do a marketing, to engage with your fans and your potential customers. Okay, thank you everyone.